On a Monday, and you know what that means, don't you? It's time for another exciting episode of TAXITV Live. Welcome to the big show. This week we're going to do Taxi's Top 10. Very excited about that. Hope you guys all had a great weekend. And don't let me forget, later on in the show, we are going to give away, whoops. It's so hard to do it backwards. Fett's Mixing Roadmap, which by all accounts, well, actually, I've read the book. What am I? By all accounts, yeah, great book. And here's something unusual. It's got color photography inside of a lot of gear. Ooh, there's an 1176 limiter right there. Anyway, hope you guys enjoy today's music. Liz is out today. We've got Ashmita producing the show from the office next to mine. So hello, Ashmita. Let's jump right into it. Let's see. All right, we are good to go. All right, so we're going to listen first to a song called All My Love. This is by Taxi's Artist of the Month, and I hope I don't butcher his name. It is Busayo Oninla. Busayo Oninla. All My Love. Let's have a listen.
Give it all, give it all, give it all. I give it all, give it all, give it all. I give it all, give it all, give it all. Life is a fast car. You only get to live once. Time is against us. We only get one dance. I figured I'd let you know how you make me feel. Girl, I need you so bad. Oh, I'll give you all the love you need. I'm asking for one chance, please. I promise I won't let you down. All my love, I'll give it all to you. Oh my love, I'll give it all to you. Oh my love, I'll give it all to you. Oh my love, I'll give it all to you. 7 in the morning, it's another day gone. We're losing time slowly. We've got much time to make up for. Figured I'd let you know how I really feel. I can't keep pretending no more. Just show me. Show me that you love me. Tell me that you want me to. I promise I won't let you down. Oh my love, I'll give it all to you. Oh my love, I'll give it all to you. Oh my love, I'll give it all to you. Oh my love, I'll give it all to you. Oh, I'll give it all to you. I'll give it all to you. I'll give it all to you. Give it all to you.
started the second one a tad early. That was pretty incredible. How's the level for you guys on your end? Meters look good here. Just want to make sure that you've got plenty of level compared to yours truly and the applause. And don't forget, for those of you, great level, awesome. For those of you who arrived late, we're giving away a copy of Fett's Mixing Roadmap. I read it before I started the show. That's why the levels are so good. All right. Well, let me see if I can back this up and start a second song, which is called Jazz Woman. And this is by Nancy Kelly. I've not heard this. I've heard a couple of things because we've featured them on other episodes of TAXITV for one reason or another, but not this one.
Sang out the blues and wore platform shoes. Made all the scenes in my Vanderbilt jeans. Danced on a stage in a furious rage. Screamed rock and roll and R&B soul. One little fling with a glorious swing. Such a jazz woman. All through the winter I sang, down the summer, wore glitter clothes and put stuff up my nose. I played my guitar and folk in a bar. I had my fill in of Byers and Dylan. I hit the top when I heard that bar. Such a jazz woman. I was hip, I was cool, nobody's fool. Wise to the guys with their relentless tries. The golden fame were beginning to top 10, studied yoga and yen, ate natural foods and I even took booze. Went on the road just to loosen my load. Nothing I cried that I haven't tried. I heard the sound of big band getting down. Such a jazz woman.
That was Jazz Woman by Nancy Kelly. I heard a guitar in there too. I would have had it a little louder in the mix, but it sounded like a Gibson hollow body opposite the piano, I think. So there you go. What else do I want? Oh, I forgot to do something at the top of the show, which is to explain that the top 10 doesn't necessarily mean these are what the screeners found in a month and thought were the 10 best things we've heard at Taxi. It's just all the screeners are alerted that if you hear something cool that, and sometimes it doesn't even get forwarded because it's not for the right piece of music for the right listing, but great piece of music, so the screeners put it on a little list and hand it off to the head screener. And then the folks in the A&R department, without the screeners, actually, the people who bring in the listings, write the listings, double check all the critiques that the screeners do, and assign the work to the screeners. Those guys put their heads together and come up with this list. So not necessarily the 10 best things, although they could be, just stuff that we like and members that we think that other people should hear. So... and thanks to all the people on the top 10 for letting us feature them. The next thing up is called Born to the Beat, and this is by Swiss Chris. Let's have a listen.
Let's go back to the start, build a people's nation. Don't ignore, look away, find the power in you. Show yourself a new way, bringing love to all you do. This is why we're here, now shout it out. 3, 2, 1. We were born to the beat of our heart. We were born to the beat of our heart. We were born to the beat, born to the beat, born to the beat. Let's be together. Let's be together. Feel the vibe, feel the flow. Let the music set you free. Go inside your own heart. Close your eyes and see. This is why we're here. Now shout it out. 3, 2, 1. We were born to the beat of our heart. We were born to the beat of our heart. We were born to the beat, born to the beat, born to the beat. Let's be together. Let's be together. Born to the beat of our heart. We were born to the beat of our heart. We were born to the beat of our heart. We were born to the beat of our heart. People searching melody, living in harmony. Music is the remedy, rhythm is the cure. People searching melody, living in harmony. Music is the remedy, rhythm is the cure. People searching melody, living in harmony. Music is the remedy, rhythm is the cure. People searching melody, living in harmony. Music is the remedy, rhythm is the cure. This is why we're here, now shout it out. This is why we're here, now shout it out. This is why we're here, now shout it out. 3, 2, 1. We were born to the beat of our heart. We were born to the beat of our heart. We were born to the beat, born to the beat, born to the beat. Born to the beat of our heart. We were born to the beat of our heart. We were born to the beat, born to the beat, born to the beat. Let's be together. Let's be together. We were born to the beat, born to the beat, born to the beat of our heart.
The artist on that is Swiss Chris, whose real name is Christopher Clark. I think JP said it in the chat, so obviously syncable. You could sync that all day long. It'd be great for a commercial, great for a lot of stuff. Really, really, really well done. I was working on stuff a little bit on Saturday for the road rally, and I've got to tell you, it's shaping up incredibly good. God, I've got like 3 things that I've put invites out for, and I'm hoping any one of the 3 comes to fruition. Something, though, that the staff has told me, I got to take that out of my ear so I don't hear myself so loudly, is that when they're doing the outbound calls to members, reminding them about the road rally, some people are saying, well, I don't know if I'm going to come because my music's not ready. And I'm thinking, well, I understand that. We do push the fact that, I mean, it's probably close to 50% of all the deals that happen for Taxis members happen as a result of relationships that started the Road Rally, whether those are industry relationships or collaborating with other members that already have an in at a library, and that ends up getting them in the door as well. All kinds of stuff. You really can't even predict what kind of form those relationships are going to take. And I know that I talk a lot about that because I'm pretty amazed by it, and so much of it happens. But I don't want members to be intimidated thinking the only reason they should come to the Road Rally is if their music is so strong that they're signable. Otherwise, stay home, because that's crazy thinking. The Road Rally is specifically created to help people get ready and learn the industry. So if your music, not if, when your music gets good enough that you are offered deals, you know what to expect, you know how to act in a business-like fashion, all that good stuff. Anyway, the Road Rally is coming up November 2nd through the 5th here in Los Angeles. It's completely free for Taxi members. Each member gets to bring a guest. The only thing that you pay for, which is optional, is the eat and greet luncheon that we do on Friday, and we do another one on Saturday. And those are, I want to say, around $50 this year, higher than last year because the price of everything has gone up. Surprise, surprise. But a lot of people report that that's where those relationships started, was at those tables. We do, in a large room, we do 30 tables of 10 people each. We put a mentor at each table, and then the mentors rotate around so that during the course of lunch, you probably get somewhere in the neighborhood of 5 or 6 different mentors at your table that do different things. Some are managers, some are producers, some are music library owners, some are well-known Taxi members that become kind of inspiration, I guess, to the other members. Anyway, Scott Alexander says, I'll be there even if I'm not bringing music. Please don't let that deter you. You'll learn so much. It's so true. Literally, we could charge $500 a head for the quality and the scope of the Road Rally, and nobody would be disappointed. If there's anything that can move your career ahead much faster, it's going to the Road Rally. And it's hard to explain why without sounding hypey and like I'm trying to sell you something that's free. You just have to try it. Literally, this will be the 27th year we've done this. I've had maybe 2, 3, 4 people over the previous 26 years say to me it wasn't worth it. Well, you know, I kind of got the feeling those people came with a bad attitude, packed in their suitcase, like, I'm going to go, but it's not going to be worth it for me. And it probably wasn't because of that attitude. But the vast, vast, vast majority of people just rave about it, love it, find it to be extremely helpful in moving their careers forward. We haven't started selling the eat and greet lunch tickets yet. Usually, I think we start selling them easily more than a month away from the start of the rally. I'm sorry, I'm reading the chat room to see what you guys are saying. Anyway, if you haven't signed up yet, go to taxi.com or log into your member profile and you can sign up for the rally from there. Hopefully it won't be 110 degrees like it is today outside. Although, by the way, for those of you who don't know, it's at a hotel on Century Boulevard, like a mile outside of LAX, and there's a free shuttle that allegedly runs every 15 minutes, more or less on time, and takes you to the hotel, so you don't have to get a rental car, which is a huge savings. Have you guys checked out the prices of rental cars in the last couple of years? Unfrickin' believable. Crazy expensive. And then you have to put gas in them. Gas out here is super expensive. I think I saw at my neighborhood gas station this morning, I want to say it's $5.89 a gallon. Just crazy. But you won't need to buy any gas when you come to the Road Rally because you can take the free shuttle. All right, moving on. This one is from Nick Kozuch, and it is called Never Realized.
All the years I was 16 younger, all I really remember back then was this one girl and how much I loved her. Summer evenings never seemed to end. I sometimes look back then, I was in the best days of my life. I never really realized at the time. One place we used to get served has changed its name or it's closed down now. Summer evenings that we spent there laughing, never thought they would end somehow. And now I've got these memories, I like to press rewind. Never really realized at the time. Oh, at the time I was never sure, never knowing it was as good as it was before. And every moment of my life's not left behind. These are the treasured memories I find in time. Never really realized, 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 never really realized at the time. Never really realized at the time.
All right, that was called Never Realized by Nick Kozuch. And I just saw that Douglas Knight said thank you for the mentorship to John Pearson from the rally last year. You know, that's the amazing thing, is that our more experienced and oftentimes more successful members, because they've been members for longer and have more experience, are so incredibly generous with their time and their expertise, so willing to share what they've learned that helped them become successful. It's unlike any other convention of its type that I think any of us have ever seen. So if you've never been to one, do it. Find a way. Beg, borrow, steal. Well, maybe not steal. Beg and borrow. And I think I saw Edmund Red say the plane flights are ridiculously expensive. Funny thing is, on my way to work this morning, I heard a report on the news saying that the cost of airfare was down by 2% year over year from last summer at this time, which really? Although one of my daughters just got, like a really long international flight for like $990. I was shocked by how inexpensive that was. So maybe it is. And by the way, people have asked about the hotel prices. What if I buy a bundle on Expedia or Orbitz or one of the aggregators? None of those entities can sell, even bundled, cheaper hotel nights than the Westin gives to taxi members through our room block. And if you book outside of the block, we don't pay for the ballroom, all the classrooms, all the things we use, because so many room nights get sold. The hotel gives us those things kind of in exchange, I guess. But if like you were to book a wedding for one night in that ballroom, it's many, I want to say like $6,000 or $9,000 for a day in that ballroom. So yeah, please do book your rooms through the Westin. You can also find the link on the rally page, which does not have this year's schedule up yet because we're not done with it, and I don't want to roll it out in pieces because then it'd be like, well, here's the thing for this year, but then we did this last year. So when it's all wrapped up, you guys will know what it is. There you go. Scott Alexander got a round-trip ticket from Indianapolis for $250. Man, you couldn't drive here from Indianapolis one way for $250 worth of gasoline. Isn't that crazy? Wow. Fort Lauderdale, JetBlue, including carry-on personal item for $388. Again, you couldn't drive here. Flying from Tokyo. Reed, you got a ticket for $600 from Tokyo? That's nuts. Man, I feel like going to I've never been to Tokyo. I've always wanted to go. My wife's not on board with that idea, but I want to go. $300 from Vancouver. Cheap thrill. Wow, $600 from Tokyo. Are you sure you're not in the baggage compartment, Reed? Oh, man. Anyway, I can't wait to see all you guys. It's just, Andre, maybe I'm most excited about seeing you because I know how badly you've wanted to come now, and COVID absolutely prevented you from coming. So really, really excited that you get to come. Promise to give you a hug when I see you. Wow, airfare, John Robert Hemingway says, airfare is so cheap to LA that you can't justify using frequent flyer miles if you're here in the USA. That's true. Absolutely true. I mean, these prices you guys are giving me are crazy. All right, let's have, oh, by the way, don't forget, remind me later, going to give away a copy of Fett's Mixing Roadmap. Great book. All right, let's have a listen to yet another one. And this one is called I'll Be All Right, and it's by Cat Moran.
My bones and body ache. It feels like I shoved a knife inside. You think that it's all fake, but I can barely make it through the night. Suck up the pain, trying to be like everyone else. They said, stuck up on strength to get through the day. I'll be alright now, by myself. No one can hurt me right now. I am brave, nothing can stop me right now. I'll show my face, no more hiding right now.
That was super cool. Love that one. And yes, I agree with you guys. The mix was cool. The parts were cool. The use of like really wet to really dry. Our members never cease to amaze me. There's just so much great music. It's always fun when we reach out to a new potential client and either they hear stuff that we send them, we put together a little playlist to impress them and entice them, and they hear stuff and go, wow. And I think they don't believe that they will get forwarded music that's that good. And then a lot of times when they get the first batch, it's like, wow, this is great. Why haven't I been doing this for years? Yeah, my question exactly. Why haven't you been doing it for years? Anyway, I love making clients happy by making our members happy and forwarding their music. It's, you know, I send out email promos, sales promos to people who've inquired about Taxi but haven't joined yet. And one of the things we talk about in those is so many Taxi members have gotten deals from multiple libraries, which is what you should do. Don't put all your eggs in just one music library basket, because libraries go up and down, not in quality or the way they're run or anything, but just let's say they've got a big in with a particular TV show and it runs its course, and all of a sudden their biggest client dries up on them. So that library might have a skinny year, which means if that's where most of your music is, you're probably going to have a skinny year. So I've always recommended getting as many pieces of music into as many quality libraries as you can. And don't just keep sending, you know, a lot of libraries will open their doors to Taxi members and say, man, you're really good. Anytime you've got anything that you think I should hear, please send it to me. So they kind of inundate that first library that falls in love with them. And then to their chagrin, a year or two or three down the road, when that library has a skinny year, it's like, oh, they're not working for me anymore. Well, it's no fault of theirs. It's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. So you want to nurture relationships with as many companies as you can over time so that you've got that thing that kind of evens out. It can be a roller coaster business, but if you've got your music in 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 libraries, you'll see which ones perform best for certain types of music, because not all libraries pitch to the same shows. Not all libraries are success. Some are really successful with instrumental cues for reality TV. Others are really successful getting songs into dramas. And so if you're doing both, you should definitely spread your bets around by getting your music into as many libraries as you can. I had one other thing, but I can't remember it. Oh, by the way, I don't know how many of you have ever had water damage in your home, but we had a condensation line from our air conditioning. When the house was built 36 years ago, somebody with a nail gun went ka-chunk and put about a 4-inch nail through the PVC pipe in the wall, and it took all these years for the nail to rust enough where it was no longer filling the void of the hole, and eventually started to leak, and it caused water damage and mold, and we had to rip out some walls. And so for the last 3 weeks, I guess, I've been dealing with that, with, you know, just getting walls ripped out and finding the leak. We had to start cutting holes in walls on the second floor of the house. Anyway, the other day we got all the sheetrock patched. Finally, we found the leak. Of course, insurance isn't covering it. God forbid something you pay for actually works. So tonight when I go home, I'm very excited to say that for the first time in 3 weeks, my lovely wife and I will be able to do laundry at home rather than the laundromat. Yay! All right, next up. This is an instrumental called Wild Savanna by Riff, Kitten. That was interesting and cool. Great mix once again. Really cool instrument sounds. That was Wild Savanna, obviously. Had a little African sound to it. By Riff, Kitten. Love that band name or artist name. Very, very cool. Love the kick drum sound on that one. Other interesting news today, which has nothing to do, well, kind of has something to do with the music industry. I actually heard this morning while I was getting ready for work, kind of walking through the bedroom, I heard them say something about there's such a thing, which I didn't know, is called an alcohol czar that works at the U.S. government. And the alcohol czar is recommending that they're going to make this, I don't know if it's going to be a federal law or what, there's certainly no way to enforce it, that you're limited to having only 2 beers per week. And thank you to Canada, apparently has this already, and for inspiring the U.S. government to do it. Who among you is going to follow that law, if it becomes a law? 2 beers a week. I can't imagine. So Super Bowl Sunday will never be the same again. It's a recommendation. Yeah, well, nobody's going to pay attention to that recommendation. How big are these beers? That's true. Yeah, I don't even really drink. I maybe have like a half a glass of wine on Thanksgiving, or something, and I get a headache, so I don't bother drinking. I just find that to be so hysterically funny. It's like, we have cities where you can go get syringes and have a cozy place to shoot up drugs, or you could smoke 2 packs of cigarettes a day and there's no czar. I mean, what the hell does a czar exactly do? 2 kegs, that's right, 2 beers. Who's, unless they state what size that beer is. Anyway, I just found the whole thing really funny. 1 beer a week for women, 2 for men. That's a thing? 1 beer sounds sexist to me. Anyway, I couldn't believe it. When I heard it, I thought it was like a joke or something, but apparently it's not funny. Robbie says, I don't drink and others really shouldn't from my experience. Yeah, there are people that act funny under the influence of alcohol. Scott Alexander, when he was a police officer, stopped the drunk driver. Told me he only had 1 margarita, then he confessed the margarita was the size of a fishbowl. That's funny. Anyway, just thought, not something you hear on the radio every day. All right. And who could police that? How do they know? If you come home from work, and crack open a 6-pack, how do they know if you had 2 that week or 6 beers that night? How do they know? Do you have a little card, like a library card, and you get it punched every time you go to the liquor store or 7-Eleven to buy some beer? John Robert Hemingway, I thought my future wife was going to be a cheap date because she drank beer. Then I found out how much beer she could drink. Oh, I love hanging out with you guys. Too much fun. All right. Next one up. This is called It Ain't Cheatin'. I don't believe I've ever heard this one. I have a feeling it might be a country song. This is by James DeBorde. Let's have a listen.
Don't know why you're throwing things. I don't get why you just punched a wall. 'Cause I told you straight up what I want, and you made it clear just what you don't. Flipping out don't make no sense at all. It ain't cheating if we're single. It ain't a sin for me to mingle. If you never
can go down. You bet I'm kissing him goodnight, 'cause he knows how to treat me right. Listen up, you better hear me now. It ain't cheating if I'm single. It ain't a sin for me to mingle. If you never wanna get shacked up, tied down, or hitched, then you can't bitch. If I'm chilling with a new friend, doing some living on the weekend, free is all you ever wanted us to be. Don't you get mad at me, 'cause it ain't cheating. No, no, it ain't cheating. I said I need commitment. You said you didn't want that. It ain't cheating if you're single. It ain't a sin for me to mingle. If you never wanna get shacked up, tied down, or hitched, then you can't bitch. If I'm chilling with a new friend, doing some living on the weekend, free is all you ever wanted us to be. Don't you get mad at me, 'cause it ain't cheating. No, no, it ain't cheating. It ain't cheating if I say no. No, 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 it ain't cheating.
I would bet that was done in one of Nashville's finest demo studios with Nashville session players. Everything about that was just incredibly good. Whoever, I think it was Rick Elliott, said the snare sound. Yes, love the drum sound overall. Everything about it was great. Sorry, I'm trying to keep up with you guys. Yeah, I loved it. Thought that was awesome. James DeBorde, great song. I don't know if you did that demo at home. If you did, you're a genius. If you paid somebody in Nashville to do it, you were really smart to do that, because they did a great job. What were we talking about? Oh, we were talking about beer before. Yeah, I hope I don't know if they're trying to pass this as a law or whatever. Can you imagine the Road Rally bar if you're only allowed 2 drinks per week? How would they ever enforce that? I know it's just going to be a recommendation, but seriously, they also recommend that you don't smoke cigarettes, and people do. They recommend a lot of things that people still do, or that you don't. They recommend a lot of things you shouldn't do, but people still do. People are people. If there was not beer, there'd be no country music. Oh, man. Are you guys familiar with a company called Baby Audio? I actually bought a plugin called Crystalline. It's an algorithmic reverb plugin that I just fell in love with. I heard about it in somebody's YouTube video, and I watched 3 or 4 other videos about it, read reviews. I said, what the hell? I bought it, and even though I barely get a chance to turn on Logic and play with it, I was blown away, and I'm sure that I've only scratched the surface on it. Anyway, I started looking into other stuff that Baby Audio makes, and they just came out with a new thing. I'm featuring it in the upcoming Taxi newsletter, which I think comes out tomorrow. Yeah, just read about it in the newsletter. I spent about an hour and a half watching videos of whatever the new thing is called. Here, I'm going to go to their website for a sec, because we've got plenty of time here. Of course, I can find Transit. It's called Baby Audio Transit Plug-in. I think it was on sale over the weekend. I can't even explain all the stuff that it does, but it was mind-blowing. And, you know, for like $50, just prepare to have your mind blown. But I highly recommend Crystalline. Love it. I'm trying to get those guys involved in the rally. I spoke to their CEO a couple weeks ago. Super nice guy. And I would love to have some of their plugins for giveaways, you know, grand prize stuff, whatever form it takes. We'll figure it out. Anyway, agreed. Don't drive Uber. That's after you've had your 2 beers that you're allowed to have. Oh, man. All right, let's have a listen to another one. Here comes another instrumental. This one's by Phillip Mount, and it's called Sinister Suspects, and it is an instrumental. Let's have a listen. That was cool. That was called Sinister Suspects, tongue twister, appropriately named, great instrumental, and that was by Phillip Mount. I saw Michael Bruce Miller ask in the chat if anybody needs a rally roommate. Michael, go to the Taxi Forum at forums.taxi.com, look under the Road Rally heading, and post it there, because I know people that have done that in the past have found roommates that turned out to not be serial killers or axe murderers or anything. So I would recommend the Taxi Forum for that. Ashmita doing a good job filling in for Liz today. If you like this instrumental, hit the like button. Yeah, give us some likes. Trying to think, there was something else I was really anxious to tell you about the rally. I told you guys already. I don't know if everybody heard, but the West End is remodeling the whole place, giving it new carpet, new furniture, new paint, new look, and redoing the entire lobby and stuff. And they swear it's going to be done by the time we get there in November. They said they're actually ahead of schedule. I have yet to meet a contractor in my lifetime that has ever been ahead of schedule or brought anything in under budget, but they seem pretty optimistic, so I hope they're right. Anyway, we're excited to go back there. The staff at the West End has just been awesome. This will be the 27th Road Rally, and we've probably done somewhere around 20 of them at the West End. Nellie, our event coordinator, has been with us for many, many years, and she knows Taxi as well as we know Taxi, I think. Alan Hall wants to know, will many of the mentors that were there last year be returning? Honestly, I haven't looked at a final list because it's not done yet. Angel books the mentors, and she's got to wait for me to finish up the ballroom schedule so that she's not assigning people to do one-to-one mentoring while they're supposed to be on stage in the ballroom. But I would say an educated guess is probably 70% of them will be the same as last year. We always try to get fresh faces in as well. You know, it's a real, it's not a problem. How can I describe it? It's a puzzle. It's literally like a jigsaw puzzle or a multi-level chess game, which I'm not smart enough to play, but I know what it is. It's so hard because there's some people that are just so good and give out such great information. They're articulate, they're to the point, they're inspiring, and people love them at the rally. But I can't put the same faces on the stage every year, or the same mentors in the seats every year. So trying to balance people that we know are home run hitters and give the attendees way more than their money's worth, which is actually easy because the road rally is free, but we still treat it like people are paying a lot for those tickets, and we want them to feel like, wow, this was so worth it for me to take a couple days off work, fly cross country if that's the case for you, or from Tokyo is the case for some people. We want them to leave going, that was unbelievable. That's my goal every year. Make it more unbelievable this year than it was last year. And so balancing that with getting fresh faces mixed in there. And sometimes I book a fresh face, you know, and people check out on paper and I know them a little bit, or I know people that know them well. They come highly recommended, and then for one reason or another, they're not as good. I mean, we very rarely get a road rally mentor or panelist or teacher that isn't great. So the bar is really high, the standard is super high. So when somebody is like a B plus compared to all the A's, the B plus, you know, people come up to me afterwards and go, yeah, that guy not so good, but he was a B plus. Look, one of the reasons I started doing the road rally so many years ago was I was a panelist at other people's conventions, and it was frankly kind of horrifying and embarrassing how bad some of all the conventions that I spoke at were run. Just terrible organization. At least half of the panelists didn't show up. The people that were running the panels, that were moderating them, were just doing, oh, look at that, I'm matching. They would do a terrible job, and it was just heartbreaking to know that people paid $300, $400, $500 a ticket to come to something where, like, was it all about just making the money? Did you not, you know, person who's putting it on, did you not care about being proud of what you do, or sending people home with a huge smile on their face, giving them a lot of value? So we've always tried to be exceptional doing the road rally, and it takes a lot of work, way more work than you could possibly imagine, to get all those little pieces to fit together and have the quality remain high, if not higher than last year. So that's why it takes so long. Plus, starting out, 90 days before the road rally, reaching out to some of the panelists, and usually the bigger they are, the bigger name that they have, you ask them and they go, literally, can you get back to me like a week before and I'll see if I have time? Well, no, we can't. We've got to know now because we'd like to put you on the schedule. Oh man, I really want to do it, but I just don't know what I'm going to be doing 3 months from now. So to which I would like to say, well, if you're not in a hospital or getting married or having somebody in your family, God forbid, seriously ill, no matter what you've got couldn't possibly be as important as being on stage at the road rally. So always a problem if you reach out too soon, they don't know. If you reach out too late, it's too late. So there you go. All right. Yep, looking at last year's list, some of the mentors are songwriters, some are engineers, some are music library owners, quite a buffet. I prefer to call it a smorgasbord, Alan. I've always liked that word. When I was a little kid, my grandparents took me to a restaurant that had a smorgasbord, and I was just like saying that word. I was probably 6, 7, 8 years old, and I couldn't say that word enough, so there you go. All right. No, KJC9 Trader, this is exactly what I was talking about early in the show. Will it be counterproductive if I will not have any personal music to share or get critiqued yet? Absolutely not. I'll let your fellow members in the chat, I see Paul Croteau is already chiming in. Yeah, there's so much to learn. And I've heard feedback from some taxi staff that have told me that they're reaching out to members to remind them that the road rally is coming up, and people are saying, well, I don't know if I should come because I don't think my music is ready yet. Big mistake to think like that. You know what? There's no faster, better, more effective way to get your music ready than coming to the road rally. Literally, there are great teachers on any subject you could think of. The hardest part of the road rally, frankly, is picking what you're going to go to. JP, the rally will help you get your music ready. That's true. I'm literally planning on skipping my niece's wedding to attend the road rally. Paulie, this is why I love you, bro. You've got your priorities straight. Somebody's going to kick your butt over that decision. I like to watch it when it happens. Oh, man. Anyway. Are you seriously thinking about skipping your niece's wedding? It's funny, that's become the ever since COVID, it's harder to get people from the industry to actually show up at the hotel and be on the stage, because everybody got so used to doing everything remotely, and a certain percentage, I would guesstimate maybe 30% of the industry is still working remotely. Companies are having a hard time getting people to go back to an office, but when I ask people, would you do the road rally, sometimes they say, well, can I do it remotely? So there may actually be some panelists. I've done it a couple of times before where we've had, like 4 live panelists on the stage, and then the 5th panelist is up on the big screen in the ballroom. Andre says he's missed family stuff and funerals because of fly fishing, so the road rally is no different. Paulie, you're really thinking about doing it? Wow. I think we should start a GoFundMe for Paulie to get a bulletproof vest, because I think his family's going to, put a contract out. Oh, man, is that funny. All right, time for more music. This one I think I've heard. I think we played this one on a TAXITV for one of the one of the things where we listen and decide if something's a forward. I don't know, but I know this song. And it's really good. I remember really liking the vocalist on it. The song is called, oh no, I don't want update information. Stop it, Adobe. Stop it, I say. This song is called Mercy, and it's by Michael Gladstone.
I'm only human, imperfect at best, but it doesn't mean that I'm never trying to be all that you wanted. But it's clear that I failed from the luck that you can no longer hide. Nothing I can say or do to make things right. I fall on my knees and I pray you'll have mercy on me. Have mercy on me. All mistakes I sorely regret. I said some things to make you cry, but without you I'm nothing. Don't give up on
say on me.
How can you not love that guy's voice? I clicked one thing and two things lit up. I'm so talented. Oh, man. Yeah, everything you guys are saying in the chat about the rally, it's all true. I know nothing sounds real when you hear that much hype about something. It's like, come on, what are they putting in the water? But it is absolutely true. People come to the road rally, and the most common thing they say is, I can't believe I haven't been doing this for years. Even if all you did was just show up to meet your fellow members, which is obviously part of it. It didn't even care about the music industry or getting better with your music. Just the group of people is amazing. The worst part about the road rally is when it ends. The people don't want to leave. I've literally had people come up to me when I walk out of the hotel, like heading out to my car at 9 or 10 o'clock on Sunday night when it's all over. And people come up and tears are streaming down their cheeks. They just come up and hug me and thank me. It's like, wow, just a convention. But we're all really honored on the staff and thrilled that you guys enjoy it so much and get so much out of it, and it actually moves careers forward. And for the people who are on the fence and just think, well, I don't know, maybe I'll go next year. Really? Why would you delay your career a year? And as you've seen in the chat room, it's cheap. I mean, the airfare is cheap. The rally is free, but the airfare is really cheap. And Gino says, looking forward to meeting you in person, Michael. I'll give you a high five as I run by. A lot of times I have to go hit the restroom in between panels, and you'll see me running by out in the concourse outside of the ballroom. So if you see me running and I just give you a high five or a hi, how are you? So nice to meet you. Please don't think that I'm rude, but usually I have to get back into the ballroom and the next thing is starting. So I got to go greet my panelists and find my notes and make sure everything is good to go. So anyway, Libby says, more than a convention, personal validation, inspiration. Rare in these whiny, blamey times, with caps on W and B of whiny and blamey. That would be a good character, a good name for a cartoon character, whiny, blamey. Powerful energy, the whole place, yep. Can't have the experience if you don't go, absolutely true. And people ask this all the time, should I stay at the Westin? Yes, absolutely. It's, you literally meet people. It could be industry people, could be collaborator in the bar, in the restaurant, in the elevators, waiting for the elevator on the 9th floor, and you see somebody that was on a panel an hour ago. It's just, everybody's everywhere. And it's unlike other conventions where, there's the big shot over there, and, I shouldn't dare go talk to that person because I'm not a big shot too. Not the case at the rally. Staying at the Westin, although we have a house there. Wow. Michael Bruce Miller says, stayed at another hotel last year, save money not worth them. Staying at the Westin this year. Great idea. It is like a big musical family reunion, say the McCalls. Yeah, I've heard that from people. I mean, you can get a room that might be like $15 a night cheaper on the other side of Century Boulevard. Personally, Century Boulevard, It's not like a high crime zone per se, not as bad as what's going on in some other cities. But even before crime was getting out of control, Century Boulevard is not someplace you would want to walk down by yourself at like 11 p.m. at night. It's just not worth it, to save yourself, let's say $45 over 3 nights, to not be just going back and forth, up to your room, down from your room, the elevator, waiting for the elevator on your floor and waiting for the elevator to come on the ground floor, I think are great meeting places. Michael Bruce Miller, Ubered every night. You're welcome, Libby. $154 a night is super cheap. Honestly, I've looked at the prices of another convention. I can't remember which one it was, but it was, I want to say at the Bonaventure in downtown LA, which actually I think might be part of the Westin chain. And the rooms were so much more expensive. How many people attend? I think last year, I want to say we registered 2,200. I think our all-time high was a little over 2,500. The bar lobby hang is epic. Well, it might not be as epic this year if you're limited to having just 2 beers, Paulie. Network is so vital to growing your sync career. Even if you don't drink, the social atmosphere is wonderful. Yep. Wow, the Westin up there in Vancouver is $450 a night minimum. Does that come with dinner and a roommate? Wow. I mean, that's almost like 4 Seasons expensive. Incredible. Anyway, let's listen to one last piece of music, and then we will give away a copy of this book. All right, this one's called Adventure Awaits. It's an instrumental by Kyle Calvin Campbell. Wow. Oops. Stop. That was incredible. Everything about it. Everything we heard today was incredible. Once again, I remain amazed by not only the quality of our members this year, but how the quality just keeps getting better year after year, episode after episode when we do top 10s. Which reminds me, by the way, next week is Labor Day on Monday in the U.S., so we're not going to be doing a show. I will be at home preparing for the road rally on a holiday. My holiday begins the day after the road rally. Somebody said to me the other day, Neil McTavish actually said to me in an email this morning, are you excited about the road rally? He emailed me over the weekend. He said, are you excited about the road rally? I said, I'll be excited when it's over. Not that I don't love it. It is extremely rewarding for me, for the entire staff. All of us get excited to see how much benefit people get from it, to see how excited all the members are, to see people they haven't seen in a year, and all the stuff that they learn, and all the praise that they lavish on the presenters and the teachers and the mentors and such. But I really do look forward. After it's over, it's anticlimactic for me. It takes me like a week to come down and get caught up on sleep and feel normal again. It's like really bad jet lag, but it's just so satisfying. It's hard to explain. I guess it's like you guys, when you write a great piece of music and do a great job producing it, and you submit it and it gets a forward, and then you get a call from a company, and then a year later it gets a placement. By the way, here's what I was trying to remember earlier. Andre says the road rally is my holiday. There you go. Well, I'm glad they're finally letting you out of Canada, or letting you back in after they let you out. Do you guys know who Michael Lloyd is? I'm sure the road rally regulars know him. Michael Lloyd called me yesterday as I was driving to Home Depot to pick up a gas line that goes from the gas to the clothes dryer. For those of you who missed in the early part of the show, we had some water damage in our laundry room, and putting it back together after 3 weeks of insurance company bumming us out and dealing with mold remediation, all that kind of stuff. Anyway, tonight's the night. Deb and I get to do laundry. I've never been so excited to do laundry in my life. Anyway, going to buy a new, more flexible, better gas line to go from gas to the clothes dryer. And Michael Lloyd called me, and I said, what's up? And he told me that about, I think it was in 2019, at the road rally, as Michael Lloyd is a legendary record producer, had so many hits, like in the 80s, just mega hits. You Light Up My Life was probably the biggest seller of all of them with Debbie Boone, but just tons of hits. And he's still a working producer. I mean, he's done a bunch of stuff with Barry Manilow. He was just telling me Sunday about something he did with Sammy Davis Jr. Anyway, wow, Polly, you won the Michael Lloyd guitar. Nice. And gave it to your daughter. I remember that. Michael Lloyd got approached by a 12-year-old kid as he was leaving the ballroom, and I think maybe heading to the lobby and leave the hotel. And the kid stopped him and said, hey, can I give you my CD? Struck up a relationship. Obviously, Michael Lloyd had to get to know the kid's parents. The kid signed to Curb Records right now as a result of going to the road rally. And I believe the album is coming out around the time of the road rally. And Michael Lloyd was going down the list of things. The kid is now, I think he said 15 or 16 years old. And all this stuff is happening for this kid, all because he went to the road rally and was brave enough and forthright enough to say, Michael Lloyd, just saw you on stage. Hi, my name is, I can't remember the young man's name. His life is changed. And when you've got Michael Lloyd is a shareholder in Curb Records, and Mike Curb, who is the founder and CEO of Curb Records, used to be Michael Lloyd's boss many, like decades ago, and they remain very close friends. Anyway, he is so enthusiastic about this young man, and it's great to see. Michael Lloyd he's got like 100 gold platinum records to his credit. And the fact that he can still get excited about a new artist like he does. I mean, literally, I answered the phone as I was pulling into Home Depot's parking lot, and I just sat in my car and just listened to him go on and on in a good way about all this stuff that's going on for this kid. So anyway, there's that. All right, let's do a book giveaway. Fett's Mixing Roadmap. Like how that goes along with the taxi, like, vehicular theme. You gotta love a book that's got color photos of settings and stuff in it. And Fett will be at the Road Rally this year, as will Ronan Chris Murphy. Rob Shirelli, Rob was on TAXITV last week, and I got to tell you, he's been working with a couple of people this past week, which he probably wouldn't want me to mention who they are. But they're huge. They're legendary people in the industry. He works with legends a lot. And it's so awesome to see Rob get excited. Rob is a really cool guy. He's not like, hey, check me out. Look who I'm working with at all. He keeps on the down low, and he keeps it real. I know those are cliches to even say that, but he does. And he'll be at the Road Rally. And so many people that have met him at the rally have ended up signing with either his label or his publishing company. You'll see. Come to the Road Rally. Anyway, all right, so here's what we're going to do. You guys are going to type a +1 if you don't have the book, or if you already have the book, then don't bother. And please don't do like 10 +1s. You know, it's like buying lottery tickets for free. I should charge $10 +1. There you go. Anyway, and Ashmita will pick a winner. She's going to do what Liz does, which is she's on the other side of a wall from me in the office next door. She will go like that and go bink, and somebody will win a book. So have at it, people. Type your +1s now, and good luck to you. Wow. It's always awesome to see how many people are in the chat room that don't necessarily chat during the show but are watching the show. Cool. Welcome to TAXITV. I hope you enjoyed the show. Hey, Betty Anderson, how are you? Good to see you. Oh, you're welcome for all the excellent information. I think we've been doing one form or another of TAXITV now for 13 years. And it's so hard to keep it fresh and keep coming up with stuff that's really pertinent to you guys that you want to know about, and not be super repetitive. So thank you for saying that. Paulie, you can't split. No. But please tell your wife I'm very impressed that she gave you a hall pass. That's pretty cool. I hope you come. I look forward to seeing you. Yes, I am, Marion. I am going to do another taxi happy hour soon. I haven't picked a date yet because I've been so busy with the construction stuff. Actually, it slowed me down a little bit on rally prep. You know the drill. Contractor says, I'll be there at 8 a.m. and they show up at 11:30. Sorry, got hung up on the last job, which is understandable. Nothing ever really goes as planned during construction. Anyway, so I've been a little bit behind the 8 ball, but I do plan. I was thinking about it this morning before I even left the house that I enjoyed doing that last one so much, and I really do miss the quarantini. So yes. We'll probably do another one between now and the rally, maybe 2 more between now and the rally. But starting next year, I want to make it at least a monthly thing, if not like every other week thing. I just love hanging out with you guys, and it's interesting. There is a different tone, a different vibe to the happy hours, and I just feel like stuff comes up that might not come up in an episode of Taxi TV. And I do want to keep it for members only, because I feel like you guys should get something special that the rest of the world doesn't get. Anybody can watch Taxi TV for free. People are bugging out before you even found out if you won the book. Hey, Dan Weber. All right, the winner is Mauricio Soraya? You missed the gopher stories? I have no more gophers. I think I got them all with the gopher hawk traps. Either that or the ground is so hard from the drought that they can't dig tunnels anymore. All right, Mauricio, so here's what you do is... you know what? Liz will probably be the one that'll send this out to you. So send an email to Liz, L-I-Z, at taxi.com, and give her your full home address, your phone number in case she needs to call you with any questions. She'll get your email, obviously, and she will hopefully be back at work tomorrow. Package up the book. It'll probably go out in a day or two, and you should get it within the week. Congratulations. You are going to love this book. Love it, love it, love it. And with that, I bid you guys a fond farewell. Congratulations again to everybody whose music we played today. Really, really excellent music. And remember, next week, no Taxi TV because of the U.S. Labor Day holiday. And I will see you guys 2 weeks from today for another incredibly exciting episode of Taxi TV Live. Bye-bye, you guys. Keith LeBrand.